Louisiana. What's better than a good day? A great day.
Get ready for a brand new day. Yeah. Good things gonna come my way. Yeah. Get ready for a brand new day. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody, whether it's for Good Friday or your next spring event, food is important. Coming up next, we are heading into the kitchen for some recipes courtesy of Brian Tice. Join us for that. You're watching Great Day Louisiana's Spring Fling. We are continuing what Great Day Louisiana's Spring Fling. All hour long, we are showing you ways to bring your next party to a new level. One of the most important parts of any party is the food. So right now, we're sharing some spring-inspired recipes. Joining me now in our Winn-Dixie kitchen is chef and cookbook author Brian Tice is here, everybody. Welcome to our party.
Thank you, sir. I'm so glad to be here at your party.
So glad to have you here.
Yes,
and
you bet.
What are you making for us today? I'm so curious.
Well, I figured since it's Good Friday, you might be observing, you might want some fish.
Yeah.
And this is an easy and extremely delicious casserole. What kind of casserole, you say? Southwestern tuna casserole would be the best way. I call it that's some kind of tuna casserole because you eat it as a whoa, that's like much better than the average one that I've had before. And it's one of my most popular recipes. Everybody just adores it and passionately devours it whenever I make it for my family or my friends. They're like, oh, make that tuna casserole again. So we can go through it and I'll tell you what's in it.
Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah,
what's in it?
Well, you can use any kind of pasta you want. I like a rotel or a fusilli, anything that the rest of the ingredients will adhere to, because you want a casserole that sticks together, basically, not like a rock, but so you want to be able to cut it. And we'll see what happens with mine here when we try that in a minute.
Yes.
The olive oil goes in the pot, then the onion goes in with some chili powder. Again, that Southwestern thing going on. You have lemon juice. You've got some apple cider vinegar, which gives it the tang.
Okay.
Kind of wakes up your taste buds. And then this is very, very important for all casseroles through history.
Love cream of mushroom.
Is cream of mushroom soup.
So good.
Yes. Milk kind of makes everything come together with that the sauce part. I love putting capers in because of the extra salt. You'll notice that there's no salt added to this.
I was about to say.
There's no salt added to the recipe because you got salt and so many other things. Diced pimentos give it color, plus they're delicious. And then don't be embarrassed to get a great big can of tuna in water.
Oh, I love tuna in a can.
You want it in water, though, not oil. My preference, anyway.
Mine
and you
too.
want albacore, not just the plain old chunk.
Oh, you got the bougie stuff.
Yeah,
I like that.
So I also, Costa Rica has a wonderful product that comes in little jars. They're real kind of fancy schmancy, and I love using that too. But do not be embarrassed by your canned tuna.
Now, are we building this all in the actual casserole dish, or we're cooking this on the stove?
I'm going to tell you how it comes together. This is 3 ingredient Mexican cheese like you can buy in the grocery. This is butter, and these are panko crumbs. Now, you do the pasta by itself. Done, but you undercook it because you're going to cook it in the oven for 25 minutes, right? Then the onions go in, then all of these ingredients, the milk, up to and including the pimentos. That all gets stirred together, so it's the wonderful sauce that goes on top of the layers and makes it all come together. Then you, in a big bowl, put together your cheese and your cooked pasta and your tuna, and that becomes the first layer of the casserole. Then the sauce goes on. Then another layer of the tuna mixture, and then the sauce goes on.
We love multiple layers.
This is really one of my favorite things about this recipe. I think have mastered the art of breadcrumb topping on a casserole. This is half a stick of butter and 2/3 of panko crumbs. That's exactly the ratio you want. They go on and they get lovely and browned, and you have exactly the right amount. This is a little bit smaller than the dish I sometimes make. But it's so cute. I had to use it. Plus, it was raining outside, and I was like, I can't carry it.
I know it happens, though. Now, I got to ask you, you're making a casserole. What do you like about a casserole when it comes to like a spring fling, your next spring party?
Well, they're easy to make in advance, and it's actually a good idea to make them in advance because they set up and are able to cut in a beautiful way like that one just did.
Now this is a serving, okay? Nice and thick.
You do not want your casserole to just fall apart and look like a big old mess on the plate. You want it to have a little consistency, integrity, and be all over your hands.
And how long is this in the oven for, Brian?
That's only in the oven for 25 minutes. That's all you need to get it to come together. But I put this one in the fridge for a bit. I put this one in the fridge for a bit and let it set up so that it would cut more easily like that and have a lot of integrity. What do you think?
This is absolutely delicious. It's definitely different than other tuna casserole because you're adding the pimentos, the capers, that Mexican Southwest flavor.
Yep.
Is definitely coming through.
And you get a tang too from the vinegar.
And the topping. Out of this world. Now, I gotta ask you, as somebody who clearly throws parties, everybody, when it comes to throwing a spring party, if I'm the person who's cooking, how do I ensure that I can still enjoy the party, but also make sure that every guest is fed and fed well?
I have 2 words for you. Plan ahead.
Amen to that.
All right. Which sounds like it might be too much trouble or boring, but it'll pay off in the long run. Figure out what you're making, get your ingredients together. It's just like what I do to come here and be on TV. I have all these little containers and all these little bowls and all these little things. I just, plan it all out.
And don't be afraid to make this in advance. This is absolutely delicious. If you missed the recipe, everybody, you can go to greatdaylouisiana.com after today's show, and you can also get it in Brian's cookbook. It's called The Infinite Feast. It's so cute. For more information about that,
or on the website, theinfinitefeast.com.
He just said it for me, everybody. Theinfinitefeast.com is the website, and make sure you follow him on social media.
It's the first recipe you'll see as you scroll down.
Come on, I love it for sure. Now look, everybody, we're back in the kitchen with Brian later in the show, so stay tuned for that. Welcome back to our Spring Fling. I have moved back over to the Winn-Dixie kitchen because we're about to show you another delicious recipe to make for your next party. Back with me is Chef Brian Tice. And Brian, we saw you grooving to that Great Day line dance.
I was doing those line dances.
I love you so
and you
much.
said I had rhythm.
Oh, you do have rhythm.
I love you for that.
I love it so much. But you also got rhythm in the kitchen, okay? What are you making now?
We are doing my crab cakes. I call them Crabby McCrab cakes. But they don't make you crabby, they make you happy.
Come on, I like that.
You want to help me put it together?
Please.
This is how they look when they're all done.
Yummy.
Now, you might think, I'll put the crab in first. No. First in, the mayo. You gotta have mayo. I'll actually just do this for you here real quick.
And this is actually inspired by what, a Maryland?
A Maryland crab cake rather than a New England one. This was the last recipe I did for my cookbook, and I had sort of a New England, kind of battered, very breadcrumby recipe in there. It was like that I really liked, but it was sort of like, I think we could do a little bit better. So I went Maryland with sort of a Creole flavor profile, a little bit anyway.
Yummy.
In goes some Worcestershire.
And what was this, egg?
That was an egg, yes.
Yummy.
1 egg. Here's our Creole mustard, of course.
Come on, making it Louisiana.
We want that.
You all are seeing the recipe on your screen right there.
Little Old Bay seasoning.
Yes.
I'm not measuring this exactly. You should, though, at home.
Right, the measurements are on there for you all.
Yes, then we got some salt. We do want some salt for this one. Then we stir that up, all the liquidy things, till they're kind of together.
This is amazing.
And then we're ready to add are veggies. Scallions, my very favorite thing in the world. They're in practically every one of my recipes. I'm exaggerating, but they're in at least 11 of the chapters of my cookbook, and there's 14 chapters. So
yes,
they're in there for Asian recipes and Southwestern recipes. I love them so much.
A green onion.
Green onions are so good. This is parsley, very important.
Ooh.
And then for color, red bell pepper.
Ooh. Now let's talk about the star.
See how pretty that looks?
So good. The crab.
Yes. Well, this is lump. I like jumbo lump, but when I was shopping for it, they said, we can't sell that, it's too expensive. So they just took it off the shelf, and out of the case. And I'm like, well, I would buy some.
I would buy some.
Anyway,
it's for a party. It's for people I love.
That's what they said. And then you want your, this is the only crumbs you got, and that's panko. And so it's especially good for you. In goes the crab meat, and then you're ready to rock.
Now,
And
how do you
just-
cook these?
You make these with your hands. You make, I say, a pin cushion, not a pancake.
Love it.
Okay, you want to like stir this together really carefully so you don't break up the crab, especially if you have jumbo lump. You don't want to be hurting that. So that's your mixture, and then I'm not going to do it, but you go in and you make these balls that look like this when they come out. It's about 15 minutes or so in the oven.
In the
At
oven?
450. Yeah, they're baked.
I love it so
and they're,
much.
Yeah, they're healthy. They're good. They don't have too much of that breading all over them and that kind of thing. I love them. They're delicious and they're very, very popular.
And I love how you served it so gorgeous. Now, I
thank you.
see something over there. Wait a minute. What
You
is
might
that?
want what?
This over here.
Oh my God! I forgot to tell you. I brought what you wanted me to bring. We were talking on Facebook, on social media, and he said, "Oh, I have this amazing new ice cream. I can't remember the name of it. What's it called, Tuna?"
It's the Ooey Gooey Cake by Bluebell. So
All right.
good.
I said, "Oh, that looks so good. I'll bring some when I come on the show." He goes, "No, I want alcohol."
And we have some on the show today, okay?
And so I said, "Okay, well, what am I going to get him?" I got you the Malik Mingo Mango Margarita.
Stop it! It's the M.
There you go. All
This is
right.
delicious. This is
Ta-da.
full of flavor.
There you go.
Oh my
You have to
goodness.
drink tequila on air.
Hilarious. If the hosts tell me to of the party, I will for sure.
So yeah, it comes in this convenient can.
Cheers to you, my
I got
brother.
it just up the street at Metastasis.
Yeah, we know Metastasis.
Everyone go to
for
Metastasis.
sure.
It's fantastic.
We love Metastasis.
So.
You're also fantastic. Brian
Thank
Tice,
you.
everybody,
Make
listen.
the
His
crab
cookbook,
cakes.
absolutely amazing crab cakes. And the cookbook, The Infinite Feast, has so many different party recipes. For more information about all things Brian Tice and Infinite Feast, log on to his website. You can also pick up a copy of the cookbook on that website as well.